didn't know if we're on schedule or Mike's acting like he's treating me like I'm late. So I don't feel bad, though. That's supposed to be funny, but I don't. No, well, that was really fast. That went really fast. A special day for a lot of reasons. Most of all, we did a lot of things for the first time today. A lot of players experience things for the first time. I'm super thankful for the fans today. They were outstanding. Our Walk of Champions and the energy in the stadium when we kicked off was really special. No surprise. Thought our guys were really, for the most part, we played a really clean game on both sides of the ball. Substitutions, we had too many penalties pre-snap, but really proud of the players and the coaches. It seemed like dog years many times. In some ways it went by really fast in the last 9 months, and then in many ways it seemed like dog years. It's like, when are we going to get to play a game? But everything has its time, and I thought our coaches and players really showed that they were prepared, and thought we complemented each other really well, particularly in the first quarter. We really got off to a great start together, and that's what you got to do. And this stadium has been a place that can do that to people. And I think that we have the best winning percentage in all of college football, home field, over the last 20-plus years. And so that doesn't just happen by accident. The environment matters. And today we had a wonderful environment. We beat a well-coached football team, and Dana loves his team. And they a bowl team that had a lot of experience with a veteran quarterback and an aggressive defense, that we're going to attack and make you earn things, and we did exactly that. Rush for almost 7 yards a carry on offense and establish the line of scrimmage there in a dominant way. And on the other side of the ball, again, lines of scrimmage under 1 yard a carry for the day, and a team that arguably the offensive line is probably their best coached position on the team, and the emphasis to run the football that they put on their offense. So really proud of our guys. That's the challenge going into the game, and really for us as a program, what we want to be about in moving forward as we develop identity and the standards of this program, offense and defense, is to, and we're certainly not there, but if we're going to be a championship caliber football program, we've got to win at the line of scrimmage consistently. And so, in the first game, we were able to do that. And so really excited about that. And again, I thought that, it was really cool. We had 7 guys start their first game, and out of our starting 22, Ethan Downs, Dylan Gabriel, Tyler Guyton, Jeffrey Johnson, Jordan Kelly, McCade Mator, and Danny Stutzman. So 4 of them were transfers. 3 of them were guys that were here. It's crazy. Danny Stutzman didn't start the game, but I know he's just a freshman last year. But man, he's a good player. And again, no turnovers. Again, that's a huge goal for us as a program. We want to. We watch on Tuesdays. Watch every team in college football that's in the top 10 in the country on turnovers, and that's forcing the turnovers and have the best turnover margin. And man, we need to be that team, one of those teams, and that's on the plus side of that. And I think Nevada was 1, and Coastal and Boise and Cincy, those were 4 of the top 10 teams. And we need to be that, be opportunistic, be aggressive, and protect the football. It's all about the ball on offense, and on defense, man, it's attacking it and being in the right place and playing with aggressiveness and sureness. And that's really what I saw today, is a team that played, again, with purpose and precision for a good part of the day on both sides of the ball. And really at the end of the day, as we told the team, it's this game, and again, UTEP's got a good looking football team in their league. It's a bowl team and a team that's got some veterans back. And this game at the end of the day was going to be about Oklahoma reestablishing the soul and the spirit of this program, our standards of this program, and moving forward, again, really focused on how we do what we do, not just what we play football, but how we do what we do was what we wanted anybody that was tuning in to that game to see, and playing with incredible effort and energy from start to finish. So for the most part, again, thought that we did that, and with that, I'll open it up for questions.
You waited a long time. You showed great patience being head coach. Did anything catch you by surprise from the time you woke up this morning to now when you walked in here?
I wouldn't say necessarily by surprise. Again, I've got a good staff around me that's nonstop, trying to educate me. I ask a lot of questions I'm not afraid to ask. I'm not, I've just always been that way, this guy. And then, the guy next to you is like, come on, we're trying to get over this. And I'm always asking the questions. I want to know why or what. And I spoke with Coach Sweeney this morning. So we were joking around. I'm like, hey, you know what? Hey, anything you think y'all need to know as a head coach, game day? Like I'm calling him in the last, before 2 hours before kickoff or whatever. But he's just, then Coach Stoop stopped in during the week, and he's just coming by to fist bump. And so I'm trying to always find out, from people that have done it at the highest level. Certainly Matt Wells I have on staff, but I utilize all three of those guys this week, and I have for, several months, just people that, mentors and people that are doing what I want to do, and have had the kind of success that I want to have. And so I'd be negligent, in my opinion, if I didn't ask. So nothing really. I like having game control and having, a kind of offense that we do that can put pressure on an opponent. And but it was really fun for me today to try to sit back and listen, and in some ways stress-free. At times, very much stress-free, different kind of stress and things that, from a leadership standpoint, that I need to be there for everybody. So that was really a focus for me today, and I thought our staff did a great job, but most importantly, our players, a tremendous amount of buy-in and engagement. This is, as I told them this morning, this is one of the most committed teams I've been a part of, and I don't take that for granted. And I'll call it out in a minute if it's not what it's supposed to be. But these guys have been, from the moment that we said go in December, have bought into what we've asked them to do, and have not questioned it at any point in time, which I was surprised. I really felt that there would be some, whatever it is, there would be some pushback. But our guys have been just terrific in buying into what we ask them to do. So really appreciate them, very thankful for them.
You've been part of some great football teams. I guess it's 8 or 9 in the national championship game. Out of this game, do you have a sense of how good, what the upside is for this team? That's a great question, but I don't. I think that we're going to develop that identity as the season goes along. I told the team all the great things that we just accomplished, and there'll be plenty of things that we have to correct off of the tape. I want them to enjoy this one. But on Monday, we're going to strip this thing back down to the studs and start over again. And that's what the great programs can do. Player-driven, coach-driven, everybody having a sense of urgency and desperation about starting over, no matter what happened. No matter how you played, you got to start completely over, all the way down to the foundation, and do it again this week. And as you go along, what happens? And if you have success, it's hard because people want to put one hand on the wheel and relax, because everybody's going to tell you how great you are or how more successful you are. And then if you're not doing great, or again, it's just hard to sustain having competitive stamina. That's a very difficult thing to have. You don't have it in a bottle. Okay, you've got to be committed to a process and how you play and compete at a really high level, and it's a very hard thing to do. Now, winning is hard enough. Winning consistently is even harder. So, the tale of that tape will be, told over the course of time. And but I love the leadership on this team, and the buy-in and the commitment has been there. They've done everything we've asked. So I'm not doubting them now, but the test of time is going to tell.
And some of the backups look like early, I guess? Did you plan on doing that because of the heat? Or you just confident those guys can get the job done?
Confident in what we've seen on the practice field. Really, be honest, we wanted to play more guys. I wish we would have. I think we played 68 guys, and give or take. I really wish we would have played a few more guys, but I do think that at certain positions we've shown that we've got some competitive depth there.
Brent, you talked about, in answering John's question, that you talked to Dabo a couple hours before the game. Did he give you any last-minute advice?
He is so awesome. Like, he is so positive and so happy. It just is a breath of fresh air for me. You know, I'm a little more stoic sometimes and not quite as happy. And but no, it was actually just cool to connect with him on game day, and now he's giving me advice on what to do and what not to do, and he has a unique way to kind of free you up, and just a great trusted friend, a very selfless person. I know he was on the phone with Coach Elliott, who had his opener today as well against Richmond. So I think for me it was a reminder to me, just lucky to have friends. To me, that's ultimately what living looks like. If you can put them on, 1-2 hands, people you can call your dear friends, like that care about you, and you're a lucky, person. So that's really, he just gave me a shot of encouragement. I really was just calling him, hey, what else do I need to think about, And he called me, but it was good to connect with him.
What about your pass rush today? What'd you think about it?
I thought it was good. I thought our coverage and our pass rush played hand in hand. We talked about that a lot. Playing what good coverage looks like. And hey, when we call these certain ones, I promise you that quarterback's holding the ball. He's not going to throw it on time. So I thought our guys, and they max protect some, so the guys had to have a lot of fight to them, because at many times it was 7-on-3 in protection or 7-on-4, and it's hard to get there. But if they're going to get 3 guys out and you can get under and over all the eligibles, you have an opportunity to make some disruptive plays. And so I liked how we complemented each other in the coverage and the pressure up front. But those guys, I thought they did a good job. I think Todd and Miguel put together a really good pass rush plan and really equipped those guys. And then our guys, went out and executed, what we wanted them to do.
And Reggie Grimes had 3
career high, 2.5 sacks, right? We got a bunch of great ones. We had Casey Kelleher played in his 53rd career game, set an OU record for long snappers, broke the previous record by Wesley Horkey, and Deshaun White made his 37th start of his career. We had Dylan Gabriel's thrown a touchdown pass in all of his 27 career games. That was a great one. How about Gavin Freeman? We've been talking him up. First touch of his collegiate career, touchdown. Isn't that great? Isn't that a great story? That's like a great story.
We'll talk about that, because he's a legacy guy with his dad having played here and choosing to bet on himself as a walk-on. What does it mean to...
What a great way to say it. He chose to bet on himself. He had opportunities to go to a lot of spots, and I loved he's been super low maintenance, really humble, but he's wide open every day, and he's fearless. He's you saw that play. Somebody about putting him together like an accordion out there. They hit him so hard, and he just bounced right off, stiff-armed another dude, and then a couple series later, he's running down on the kickoff team. Just he's a special dude. I'm really excited to see where he goes, but thankful for him, believing and betting on himself, for sure. Eric Gray had his first 100-yard game here as a Sooner. He also had a couple of catches for 33 yards. Bowman and Stutzman both had 9 tackles. Both of them had 2 PBUs, and Danny in his first start also had a hurry. I thought the defense was pretty good on 3rd and 4th downs, almost 70% successful on 3rd and 4th downs. And again, defensively had 6 sacks and 9 tackles, for loss. Thought really proud of I love watching him play. Braden Willis had 2 touchdowns, and he's a neutralizer. He's a lead blocker on a couple of the other touchdown runs from a couple of the running backs. He just buried guys, and he's got a great physical presence to him, and incredibly accurate. Can stretch the defense. So again, like I said, we both sides of the ball and the lines of scrimmage was really, really strong. And there were a lot of, first superlatives. Gentry Williams with his first pick. Reggie, he had 2.5 sacks more than he had, in his career. R. Mason Thomas had his first career half sack. So a lot of cool things that happened out there today that I thought, for the first time, kind of cool to do that here as from an opener standpoint. And again, I really liked, one of my favorite things was, like I said, the defense coming back and looking at the second half. The second half we came out and we go 3 and out and we get a 4th down stop, and then we had a scramble. The guy worked free on a 3rd and long, and it led to a field goal, and then we come back out and 3 and out, and then we had a pick. And so to me, we're trying to establish a mindset and an attitude, and not being satisfied, and being hungry, and putting the foot down, and slamming the door no matter who goes in, and to play to a standard, compete to a standard, and I feel like there's signs there that that certainly had happened today. And want to continue to build on that.
When we look at the offense, Brian, you look at first 11 plays, 6 explosive plays. Can you talk about the aggression of the offense and just the demeanor of both Dylan and Jeff going into this opener?
Yeah, just very confident. Again, Jeff's a great play caller and does a great job with some play design, and Dylan's, again, incredibly accurate. He's experienced in the system, so they can put a lot of pressure on people, and we've got really good skill. And again, I think our offensive line, as we continue to go throughout the year, will continue to gel and improve, and it goes through them as well. But philosophically, it's a very aggressive system, and quote unquote take what the defense will give you.
There was a point in the game. I know, it seems like being a head coach, it's a lot about managing adversity as you go along. It was going so well on offense, and then you have 2 3 and outs. What was that like for you as a head coach? Did you kind of just let Jeff and the staff play that out, or did you was that your point where you kind of give some input of, hey, let's do something like this?
I mean, you're talking nonstop. You either telling a great job or like, why'd we do that? Or I'm trying to also, again, free those guys up so you don't paralyze people, and you got to let, things are going to happen. Sometimes the other teams, they just weren't a good call or something, Guys are going to make mistakes too. So you want to inspect, but you don't want to over, manage it too. And so they're wherever that balance is. And but we're on the same page during the course of the week. So game day is more of a reflection of how you're going throughout your week as well. So they don't need my advice necessarily, but I'm there to try to help any way I can.
It seemed like, the key there was they got physical on the next drive. Was that kind of how you saw it play out? You just kind of, impose your will a little bit to get it going again?
Yeah, well, I think we showed early that we were able to run the ball effectively early, and how it is. Sometimes you can get. You see play callers, sometimes they get bored with it, or sometimes in the RPO world, the quarterback might see something that he wants to pull it out of the belly. But, being committed to that run game and running the football when they know you're going to run is a tough thing to handle defensively. So I think imposing your will when you can is always a great thing, and you did see that, And again, like I said, the first quarter, we outgained them per play, 17.6 per play to 3.6. So both throwing and running the football. But, game control matters, and you can get out of, you can get in your own way if you're not careful. And so like 3 and outs, a lot of too many of those you might be doing pretty good on the scoreboard, but you're not necessarily in a good position from a game control, which to me is important, really important.
Time for two more. Change in the offensive lineup going into today. Can you kind of talk about what necessitated that, and then how Tyler played?
Yeah, I thought.
Right side, I guess.
Again, I thought the guys that played today played well. They did a great job, and we one is going through some things that we're trying to help him through, and off the field, and hopefully in the next several days, hopefully we'll get that everything buttoned up. So he's been practicing, and but I was just working through some things. But I thought those guys did a nice job under the circumstances. And again, I know Coach Biedenbow, he's going to be wanting some more. Not satisfied with it. But I thought for the first game, I thought those guys did well. Tyler Guyton, his first start, as a collegiate player, so that was cool to see as well. And good start for him.
I assume you got a game ball.
Yeah, I actually did. Everybody in there got one. We gave them to Joe and Joe. I gave them to Joe and Joe for believing in me. And this is Oklahoma. They didn't have to hire me, and I don't take that for granted at all. So we gave them the game ball after we gave one to every player and coach in there. So again, we've talked about this being Team 128, and we want to celebrate success no matter how it looks, and but a special day, for certainly for our players in 2022, and where we want to go as a program. For me, that this is going to be a date that we all remember, for a long, long time. So everybody got one.
Sorry, got to keep moving. Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Thanks.
Appreciate you all. Thank you.